Welcome to Divine Honey Podcast. I am your host, your friend, Tamika Johnson.
No, I'm your other host, your friend, Tim Johnson.
This is your first time tuning in. Welcome. The show is about human experiences. This includes thought provoking conversations and our Divine Honey guests sharing stories about love, life, journey, and purpose. If you're watching live or on replay and you feel inspired, show some love in the chat. This is your inspirational podcast.
Yeah.
How are you, brother?
So we back on the map, baby. I'm good. I'm well. We got 55-degree weather today. Hopefully all this snow is melted by the end of the day. We about to go on
Okay.
a walk after this podcast, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's nice outside. That sun got people feeling good. You know what I mean? What's up
Um,
with you?
Nothing much. Just enjoying this 78-degree weather.
How your workouts going?
Tim, we just talked about this. I didn't.
No,
I
we need
have
to let
not
the
worked
people
out
know.
today.
We need to put it on record and let the people know.
Yeah, I have not
Capper,
worked out today.
big cap.
I haven't
I
worked out
wish,
today. How's that cat?
bro. How many of the 75s, bro, have you been doing?
Look, most, but I do be missing a day.
You already get a day rest already.
I wasn't doing a day rest. Oh yeah. No. Yes, I
Yeah,
was
look
doing
at
a
you.
day rest. You're right. I forgot my own shit. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I get a day's
We got
rest.
next year. We got next year.
No, I'm gonna still keep going.
All right, keep going.
I'm gonna keep going. So yes, I still get a day's rest. So today's my rest day. I worked out yesterday.
Uh-huh. My
I did.
mustache messing up or something.
Well, no
Might
one
need to.
cares about your mustache, brother.
I can't believe you
But
told these people this story about you working out and you just gave up on them.
I didn't give up. What are we talking about? What are you hearing that I'm not saying?
What are you saying? Let me know so it's
I'm
clear.
saying today I have not worked out.
How many days you work out this week?
I worked out. Okay, this is my second day not working out. Not in total. I've worked out every day except today and one day during the week while I was working.
So you working out 5 days out of the 7.
I worked out 5 out of the 7.
How
So
many times have you done that?
done 5 out of 7.
Yeah.
I mean, the last 2 weeks I've probably done 5 out of 7 for
I
sure.
mean, you just gotta, you know what I mean? You just gotta be honest about it. That's all. That's all we're
I'm
doing.
being I'm
We
being
trying to hold
honest,
each other accountable. That's all.
accountable. Yes. So yes. So I'm not doing 6 days. I'm probably on average doing 5.
You still ain't had no alcohol?
No, I have not had any alcohol. Okay, I'm lying. Me and my friend had a drink.
Damn.
It was a glass of wine. Okay, and I had a glass of wine, a couple on Valentine's Day. So I've slipped twice.
This is about your health,
I
cuzzo.
know.
You playing about your health.
I know. But I feel like 2 times isn't bad.
Whatever you gotta do to justify it, bro.
Okay, you're right. I did not. Let me take all this back. I am struggling with a 75-day hard. Yes, overall, I'm still working out an average of 5 days a week. I'm eating pretty well.
Yeah.
For the most part, I'm eating well. I'm getting my water intake. But I did slip on the alcohol. On Valentine's Day, we went to Lush, this Lush Cafe. It was a Galentine's girls thing, and I had some wine.
That's all good.
And
What
then,
did you go ahead?
huh?
Sorry, finish.
And
Sorry.
then me and my best friend Patrice, we went clothes shopping, and then I'm getting rid of my couch. Anything to celebrate anything, right? So we had a glass of wine.
That's cool. Uh what was some of the things that you started to
So
notice about what were some of the things that you started to notice about the changes of your body? If you started to notice any.
I feel like my weight has plateaued for sure, so that sucks. But I feel like it's toning up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's
Getting
toning
tighter.
up. The chubbiness
Yeah,
is
yeah.
tightening.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my stomach I do measure. So my measurements are getting better. I'm
See,
going
yep.
down like half inches. So
Keep
that's why I was
going
like,
then, bro.
oh, right. So I'm saying it's not, I'm doing this perfectly imperfect, you guys. It's perfectly imperfect. So
Yeah, that's cool.
holding me accountable. I know you just don't come out the gate calling me out. That's why I was like a little like, wait, hold on. Because you make it seem like I'm just not doing nothing. No,
Mhm.
but I'm honestly, for accountability purposes, I'm not doing the 75-day perfect. I'm averaging 5 days out of the 7 when it's supposed to be 6. And I've had alcohol twice. But the water and food has been on point. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna still keep going till we hit the 75-day. I'm still gonna,
No,
because this
hell
is
yeah,
what
keep going.
happens.
We just got to
No,
give people the update of what's happening.
yeah. So what I was saying is sometimes when you fall off and you mess up, you just say forget it all together. I am going to do it again after my birthday, but I'll probably take it down a notch and do 75 days soft. But let's get through this. How's it going for you, brother?
I got sick, so I had to miss like 3 days. But outside of that, I got the flu. Kingston got sick on Valentine's Day, and then it hit me
Oh.
Sunday. Yeah, but it's crazy because like, um, my weight isn't changing, but like kind of like what you just said though, I'm getting tighter. So like the alcohol, you don't realize like how much inflammation you get from alcohol. Like truly,
Mm-hmm.
I can now button my polos back up. My stomach's not bloated. I'm starting to get a couple of abs back, but I'm still at like 187 pounds. Like that's the weight I've always been at, even when I was drinking. So like,
Yeah,
it's crazy like what inflammation does. Like I'm not losing any weight, but like my body looks better without it being inflamed.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see the scale go down, but I don't know at this point.
Yeah, I was hoping I was going to get back to like 180. But I think for me though, truly, um, where my issue is, I can do the working out, I can do the journaling, I can do the gallon of water, um, I can do the self-help book, but it's the food. That's where I
Yeah.
think that's kind of like my biggest struggle is the food.
Okay. And why do you feel like it's a
I just like to
struggle?
eat. I like to eat.
Yeah.
I want what I want.
Yeah.
That's a problem. I'm not disciplined with the food yet, but we're gonna get there.
We'll get there. You know what I challenge with too is time management.
Bro, when he was telling me like straight up, respectfully, I love you. When he was
Mm-hmm.
telling me like how you ain't got no time, bro, I'm like, fam, you a single woman. Your only obligation is work, and you ain't got no time.
Okay, let me stop you there. I have a job that takes a lot of my time.
I said work. That's it.
That's not it, all I do. There's things that I do outside of work that I participate in.
Those are choices.
Those are choices, but they take up my time.
So again, what I'm saying is
And
one
and
obligation.
no, I don't have one obligation. That's not true.
All right, what's up?
I'm working on a project with another friend that has a business. That's an obligation. I committed to it.
All right, that's two.
Working out, work, taking care of myself. I'm getting ready for a trip. Um, it takes there's only 8 hours in a day, or however 24 hours in a day, but I gotta sleep. And I move slow. That's the thing
That's
too.
it. That's there it
Like
is. There it is.
I don't like if I'm getting ready, like I'm gonna get ready, but I'm gonna go get something to drink. So I will say I'm distracted along the way, but Yeah, I have a demanding job. I have, I don't know, taking care of myself. Like even just the working out and journaling, my morning routine. You know how long that takes me?
How long, bro?
Like 2 hours.
Why?
It takes me. Hold on. You want to know how long it takes me to wash my face and brush my teeth? Like 30 minutes, and I don't
What?
know. I don't know why. I've tried to do it faster, but it just doesn't. I guess I'm walking to the bathroom slow. I have a whole skincare routine. So it's a
Yeah.
whole skincare routine. Even brushing my teeth is a whole routine.
Yeah, that's
Like
crazy.
I do there's like 4 steps to brushing my teeth. And then I'm listening to God Mornings with Curly Nikki while I'm doing it. I'm drinking my tea, then I go read, but I might reread it. Like, and so I journal, I be journaling. So so do you get what probably my issue is?
Yeah.
So time management.
Yeah, straight up.
So when I have a family, it's gonna be rough
Y'all
on
about to
all
be
of us.
late. Y'all gonna be late everywhere. Y'all got no chance. Y'all got no chance.
Well, I gotta have a husband that's a leader and
It don't even
whip
work
us,
because I got.
whip us in
Yeah.
shape, whip his family in shape. I get distracted. I get distracted, like something will
Mhm.
happen, or my phone will ring, someone will text me. It's a whole thing. And then you got
Yeah.
an adult. You got to do groceries. You know how long it takes to figure out what you're going to eat? How do y'all do it? You got to figure out what you're going to eat for the week. Then you got to write it down. Then you got to order it. Well, I order mine. Then you
What do
got
you
to
think
go
we
get.
doing? What do you think we doing over here, Tamika?
I don't know what y'all do. And here's the thing. I like everything perfect. My plate is like, it's everything's got to be where it's supposed to be organized. So I'm messing around with that.
Yeah, you got some work to do, sister.
So it's time. I
One
was
day
up
at a
working
time.
on projects. I was up work doing stuff till like 1 a.m. last night.
Why?
Because I had to wash my hair. That takes like 2.5 hours. That was a whole thing. And I took a nap yesterday after working out.
Yeah.
But anyways, I need to work on time management. That's really probably my issue. I
Yeah,
run out of
we
time.
heard. We heard. We heard it loud and clear. I don't think anybody's questioning that.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, so what do we got in here real quick? So we caught up with everything. So today, what is our topic? It is embracing new beginnings, the beauty of starting over. And Tim, you picked this topic. So
Yeah, yep. I start a new job tomorrow. Had to get up out of state government, baby. I mean, one day I might go back. I did learn quite a bit of quite a bit stuff from state government, which was dope. Contracting, negotiations of contracts, actually writing a contract. Have you ever written a contract? That junk
no.
is no joke, and it's so tedious. There's so much legalese, accounting information, so much stuff that you have to ask somebody else for assistance to get the contract fully done and executed. Tough managing money, I think I was managing about $2 million, doing all the performance reporting, speaking with all of the subcontractors. Like it was like a lot of stuff that I learned in state government, which was dope. In government, you don't necessarily do the direct service. You contract somebody else to do the direct service for you, and then we report on what that work that has been done in relation to whatever we're trying to fix. So state government was fun, man, while it lasted, but I had to get up out of there. Starting at a new high school Monday. I'm going to be a youth build director, which is super dope. If you guys aren't familiar with youth build, look that up. Just Google it. There's a whole national movement for it. But essentially, it's like work-based learning. So youth
Mhm.
are able to learn like a trade or something outside of like your norm. So you got like robotics, you got actual like construction, you got IT, like some of those other fields that don't always get as much attention and are not as glamorous. And then you also get to come to high school, to get your high school diploma and get your core requirements met that way too. So it's super dope experience. And then we do like a re-engagement. So like all of our students that have been displaced, like in Iowa since COVID, or just struggling in their regular school, you know, they can pull up on us and come get a different experience. So it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, everybody's like, you didn't take time off? I'm like, take time off for what? We trying to get this money on. I ain't got time to take time off.
Yeah, because right. Well, I guess you got a whole family to support. So
yeah, facts.
You know, because Tim, you be acting like you invented having a family.
Well, that's why I was asking you about your time management, because you over here, you a single person. You only have one person to worry about, one person to manage, and you still slow. So that's why I'm glad you're aware of your time management.
So I said all that just to say I'm slow.
You know, it's all good. It's all good.
But I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
And all your accomplishments. So you were working somewhere, and this is a good thing, talking about changing and embracing new beginnings, because this is a big thing with jobs. Sometimes when you're somewhere, you're afraid to make a move.
Mm-hmm.
And you have elevated, you have transitioned to different job opportunities, and it seems easily. So is it hard for you to make those decisions, knowing you have the responsibilities of not just yourself, but other people?
Well, yeah, it has to make sense first. We have to make it make sense, or else if it don't, then there ain't no movement happening. So that's first. That's why I was talking about like the negotiations. I was able to learn it in state government so that I can negotiate for what I currently have now and this new job starting tomorrow. Because if it don't make sense for the family as far as financially, for all of our stability within our household, ain't no way we can go, baby. Ain't no way.
Well, and then some people might say it's easier being coupled and making those decisions than being a single person, because you have another person to fall back on or work with if it goes left. Whereas when you're single, just kind of got yourself. That's it.
When you're single, like, you just worry about yourself and you can get stuff figured out. You know what I'm saying? It is nice to have a partner to like talk through like everything that what was happening, because I was able to talk with Brie about all of it, which is dope. It's nice to have her as a sounding board, and just to make sure that it's the right choice. And then just at the end of the day, though, like for me, like my happiness matters too.
Right.
I wasn't happy in my job in state government, so after I got my year of service in, I was already looking for something new, and then working on being patient and believing that, having my faith that, you know, God's got me. That was actually struggled a lot with it, because I'm like, bro, when is it gonna come? So like, being patient is tough, but like I said, you know, all glory to our Savior up top, man. You know, you most definitely opened that door for me. Got that text message like literally 2 weeks into the new year, asking if I'll be interested in the position. So
yeah. And do you often, like with wanting to make changes, I know you speak with your wife, but do you consult God? Do you consult him first?
Yeah, I always got to make sure that it's the right move, man. I always just ask, like, make sure that this is the move for my family, you know. And then just being honest, like, obviously he knows our heart, but you got to speak it out too. Like, I'm not happy. I'm being as patient as I can. I'm being as optimistic as I can. I'm grateful that I'm actually able to work, because there are some folks that are just out of work that are looking for work, you know. So there's always light in the situation that you're in when you feel like you're in darkness. But you just gotta speak it out.
I know sometimes when I feel like you do well with change and transition.
Because like, truly, people don't like to hear this, but like when you play sports, like truly, like even we'll just stick at a high level. We won't even go like post high school, but like when you play sports in high
Mhm.
school and you play it like at a high level, like there's a lot of adversity that you face in sports. And you don't know when it's ever going to come, it just comes.
Right.
And because of it, when you get hit with it all so many times, you just learn how to do it. You get in disrespect with people talking to you crazy, but you got to be able to make it through. Like you got to. There's nobody else but you. So like once you go through that, and then you got your teammates, you know what I'm saying, your brothers in arms with you, you build those bonds and you understand that it's bigger than you. And all of those skills are transferable. They're all
Yeah.
transferable. You can apply it across any field, any job, career, managing a family, managing whatever you got. You can it's all applicable. So it's nice. It's very nice.
Yeah. And I have an example of like change, but it's so little, but it says a lot. So I have a lot. I know you hate it. I have a lot going on. I'm planning for a trip, work, all these things, and I move slow, so it takes up all my time. And working out and birthday coming up, 43. I don't do well with the aging process. I didn't do well with 42, and I ain't doing well with 43. I mean, it's perspective. I'm trying to change my mindset and speak positivity about it. It's a blessing. It is a blessing to get older, right?
Right.
So all these changes are going on. So I decide, you know what? I'm going to get a new couch. I've so I go back and forth. I pick out the couch, all the things. Now I still got to get rid of a blue couch. It's a change, and I'm usually a lot has changed. I've gone through a lot of changes, so you would think, but am I actually handling them internally the best, right? I'm sad about this couch. Like, I almost wanted to cry that I had to give my couch up, and I should never have an attachment to an object. So that let me know I definitely got to get rid of it. It's time to go.
You talking about the blue one?
Yes. But I think me and a friend were talking, and they were like, think of it as a transition, a new beginning. Like, even the things you have in your house or how it's set up, you need to change it, right? Because it
Yep.
brings new energy.
Yep.
And a lot has happened with this couch. There's been a lot of tears. There's been grieving. It was the first couch I got after Laura. Me and Laura were roommates for years. And then when she moved, that was a new beginning for me because that was the first place I had by myself here in Arizona.
Right.
So really just being like free, right? And I went through a lot still on the just healing, crying, grieving. There's been good times, laughter. It's a comfort for me. I sit
Right.
in this spot. So I think, again, we're going into just something as small as that. Things are changing physically around me. And sometimes we have to embrace it. And sometimes when something's such a comfort for you, you got to get rid of it, and it feels uncomfortable to do so. It's like you're doing everything against your nature.
Right.
Everything is telling me to keep my couch. Look, I'm getting the aesthetic. I'm getting a couch that represents the aesthetic and how I feel and what I want to be and going forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
The couch is just really symbolism at this point. But because I'm so uncomfortable with getting rid of my couch and I was feeling this way, I was like, yeah, you got to go.
It's time.
It's time. And I think about that when God is telling us to do things and we don't understand.
Right. That's real.
It's going against what we feel. He's telling you to walk away from a job. It's on you. You know you got to walk away, but you don't want to. You want the stability. You don't know why he's asking you to do these things. It feels so uncomfortable.
Right.
Change is uncomfortable, but obedience is the key.
Yep.
You're going to be all right.
So that's be all right.
Right. So just a lot of changes. So I don't know. So that's my little thing about my couch. But also focusing on, like, even when you're looking for change or changes happening, is really focusing on what you can control, or really just surrendering and just accept what you can't.
I think that's it right there. You just said it. The control piece. That's why people struggle with change because
Mhm.
you feel like you lost control. And because of the internal battle of the actual surrender to it, we just fighting nonstop. Nonstop.
Fighting.
We can't control it, but we want to control it so bad. So bad. That now we in this eternal battle. We stressed out, we getting sick, we having headaches, physical symptoms, internal systems, somatic symptoms, all the symptoms because we don't want to let it. Don't want to let it go.
No. And change is also like an opportunity for growth. It's not a threat, but it's okay. It can be scary because you don't know what's on the other side.
Yeah.
Remember, I told you. Remember when I went to Mexico? I went to Cabo for like my 30th birthday, 39,
Did you
and
just
me
say
and
your
Monique,
30th birthday?
39. Yeah, you were at my 30th, but let's 39. So we go to Cabo. This is during COVID, right? They just kind of came out with the vaccine, but it wasn't. It was just for healthcare workers. So forget it. We've been locked up, not doing anything. So we go to Cabo. We get a chance to stay an extra few days because the flights were like, we can move your flight later to Tuesday. So me and Monique stay, and we go stay in the Airbnb. We do all this exploring. So then we go zip lining. And no, I enjoyed it. It was like a really great experience. And I enjoyed the zip lining, but then we had to scale a wall, like scale down a wall. I was afraid because I couldn't, you had to, like, they harness you, but you go back down backwards. I can't see. I'm like shaking. And I tell the guy, okay, I'm just going to wait for everybody else to go. But I must have a spirit in me was like, I can't be that person. Like, I really cannot be that person that they have to drive back down.
Right.
So I go, he harnesses me, and once I'm down, I kind of look down. It wasn't bad. I was like, oh, and they were all cheering. So once I got on the other side, think of what an opportunity I could have missed.
Yeah, right.
The opportunity that, like, I can do anything. What's stopping me? Usually what's on the other side isn't even that bad, but even if it is, Tim, we're going to be all right.
We gonna be all right. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
So, yeah. So discomfort is temporary. Just
That's
remember that.
right. Facts.
Like, this ain't going to last.
It's not. This too shall pass.
This too shall pass. I don't know how long it's going to be.
Yeah, but it will
But
pass.
I
It
can't
will
tell you
pass.
that.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, man, I love change just because, man, like I think there's also like I have this sense of I don't want to fall into complacency.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason why I think I take on change well because I know that when you become complacent, then you start to become lazy and sedentary, and I don't want that to be ever associated with my name.
Yeah.
I love
I get
growth. I
it.
love new things. It's just I know that we're only here for a short period of time, so
Mm-hmm.
trying to learn and be as good of a person, as good of a father, as good as a man as I can be, as good of a friend as I can be, and that all takes change to do that, to be a part of that.
Yeah. Another thing is that happens in change and embracing new beginnings is we can't embrace new beginnings if we don't let go of fear, self-doubt, and let go of the past.
Facts. Let it go. Let it go.
I think the first thing is just identifying, like, where the fear comes from. And that's a hard one.
It is tough
Where-
because
Mhm.
there's a lot of stuff that happens from your childhood. There's a lot of stuff that happens from even being an adult, different experiences, different things that might expose you to something you thought you was over, but you ain't even know you ain't. It just all came right back. It all rushed right back to you in that one moment.
And that's when like doing some of the work is like knowing your triggers or having you know what I do sometimes? You know how we were talking about how y'all was saying Kingston talks to himself. I mean, he's a kid. They do that. But I do too. Or I'm talking to God. So when you're like, just like you said, speak it and have those conversations, you can probably get a lot of answers instead of holding it in your head.
Yes, ma'am.
Being able to identify, oh, where does my fear of this come from? Why do I self-doubt myself? Why don't I trust myself?
Yeah, there's something underlining there that's in there.
Right. And then learning how to build that self-trust. Have you always trusted yourself?
I mean, I think once I got more like secure and understanding of who I am, my trust got higher within and what I can do. I'd say like as a teenager, probably not. Early 20s, probably not. But we're here now.
Yeah, we're here now. I think for myself, I'm still working on the self-trust. It's something that I have to be aware of in situations. And I have to like tell myself, trust yourself, trust yourself.
Right.
I think I've operated out of survival. Pretty much. I have in the past. But I would say now, like you said, having that dialogue with God and having with yourself.
It's necessary. Very necessary.
Is there any suggestions you would say for helping someone to let go of fear and self-doubt? Because Tim, you've always been pretty confident to me.
I think a lot of the stuff, like I tell you, I just always go back to sports, like those big races in track, big plays in football, being able to like still run track in college. There was like track meets where I'd be scared. Like it's just the experience. Like however many times that you can put yourself, and I know it's not always good to put yourself in that much stress, but when you do overcome it, it does grow it. You do grow a tolerance for it, which has helped me. I would say that for others out there, it's taking that time to journal, because I think a lot of times, I'm not even going to say I think, I believe that a lot of times you know yourself well enough as an individual. However, it's easier to continue to distract yourself by all these things that, I mean, they matter, but like putting things above yourself so that you don't have to face yourself creates more of a problem later down the road in your life than instead of just facing it now. So like when we continue to stay in those fear, those anxious mindsets, it's not helping anything. At some point we have to face it. Now that's not something that happens overnight by any means. That's like years of work.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it every day. Like it doesn't ever stop. I have some of the meetings that I would be in state government with like the director of HHS, her chief of staff, and others. Like I would have imposter syndrome because it's like, do I belong here? Like I'm 35 years old. I'm in this room with all these middle-aged white folks, white women at that. These folks making like $150,000 to $200,000. I'm just down here at the bottom of the totem pole, but it feels so weird, like I don't belong there, but you do. And that's the thing. So like and being aware of it, you have to face it and then talk to yourself about it, journal about it, figure out what resources are around you to help you build you up. I do a lot of self affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
I do a gratitude journal.
Mm-hmm.
Exercising, like you have to find your recipe for yourself. But the only way you can do that is to be honest with yourself. And that's the hardest thing to do, is to be honest with yourself, because it is scary, which then produces that fear and anxiety.
Right. And with being honest with yourself, some stuff might come out that's not so great about yourself.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
And it doesn't feel good. And you know what we tend to do when we figure out, when things come to light that maybe we are not growing in a certain area, or we lack in a certain area, or uneducated, whatever the case may be, we then beat up on ourselves. That's where that, like, words of affirmation, like, oh, I'm stupid, I can't do anything right.
The negative self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So in that letting go of the fear and self-doubt, have some self-compassion,
Grace.
grace, and work on building your trust. Here's another way of working on building trust within yourself is when you're conflicted or convicted by something, go to your higher power, go to God, discuss it with him, and just do it. Start building up, even start with little things.
Little
Don't
things.
Little things, and it'll build up. You don't have to go to Dick, Tom, and Sally to get their opinions on things. Now, it is good to have people in your life that you can kind of go to and talk to. That's a positive. But ultimately, you will have to make the decision. But I would say start making small decisions. Keep it between you and God, and you make those decisions and start building up that trust and being able to hear the inner voice in you. And sometimes it is confusing, y'all. It's growth and is messy. It is not linear. It's not. And do you ever even arrive?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's why even like when I was asking you about your workout stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it's very important not to give up on it.
Yes.
Because if it doesn't go your way, we don't want to do the ultimatum of putting something at so much high stakes, because then when we do that, then we won't do it at all.
That is true. And really, like we're talking, embracing new beginnings, embrace yourself. Embrace, even embrace the old you, because the old you got you to here.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And now the new you can go off running. And you know what? You're going to reinvent yourself many, many, many times.
Yeah, yeah.
It does not stop. I don't know. I think, and also be patient with yourself. Um, Adaptation does take time. It really takes time. It can take years. Do not compare yourself to other people in the race that they're running. Because no
Comparison is
one
a thief
tells
of
you
joy.
everything. Yeah, no one tells you everything about their life. Like even the most confident person, you don't know. They could have insecurities. You don't know what's going on when you're not with them.
Facts.
Yeah. So we're talking about new beginnings and the beauty of starting over. So you give me an example of a pivotal time where basically you were starting over. But what was the beauty of it and what was the outcome?
I would say I'm trying to think. I would say so. Going to college and playing football. So I
Mhm,
always thought I was gonna be a football player.
mhm,
Um, and then when football was like taken from me, I mean, some of that is my own doing too. Um, and then I like kind of like had to identify as just a one sport athlete. That was tough. And then just like ultimately like not even playing sports anymore
mhm.
was tough. But the beauty of it was all of the things that I learned from through sports, and I've even talked about it today. Like all of the skills that
Mhm.
you get, you learn teamwork, you learn how to take accountability, you learn how to take constructive criticism, and the constructive criticism that you get as an athlete is a lot different from some constructive criticism that you get from your job.
Right.
Coaches don't give two cares about what they say to you when you getting criticized. And then you also get criticism from like people in the crowd and fans and what have you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has an opinion. So you learn how to navigate through all of that to then like put out this nice product. That's the beauty of playing sports. Does it suck during the time? Absolutely. It's so
Right.
stressful. You get depressed. You lose friends that you thought were friends.
Mm,
You get cut. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that happen when you're playing sports.
mhm.
But all of those things helps you navigate like life as you get done with it. So that's the beautiful thing of it.
Hmm. Man, I think for myself is when I had to move here. Before, I was kicking and like I was scared. I think didn't I tell you I was scared?
Yeah.
I don't know if I think I did actually tell you I was scared. I did not because I was literally starting over. Like
Yep.
like I left all my stuff behind. Tim and I drove 20 hours, whatever, to get here. And y'all, I quit my job. I didn't have no job here. I did have a friend to stay with, but I'm the type of person, I'm not going to depend on someone, right? What if it doesn't work out? I had everything set up. I had some money. If I had to go rent a room, I could. Like, I have to have that type of independence. I can't, But luckily, my friend let me stay with her and her family. But I was scared. I quit my job. That I worked hard to get that job. That was a job that I like interviewed for 3 hours. Like that was the job. And I let that go because I needed to leave. Every belonging, whatever fit in my car. And I was heartbroken and sad and depressed, all these things at the same time. And the beauty of it is I was just obedient to it. I came, I started over, I built a life, met amazing people. Like I would say I have like met wonderful people living
Right.
here in Arizona. I have like so much support. It's not even funny. Um and here I am. I mean, I something I was so afraid of, the beauty of starting over is I got to heal. I'm still always on a healing journey.
Right.
Um, but I got that isolation time because I remember I didn't talk to you guys for like 2 years. Well, I talked to you guys, but I didn't see you guys for 2 years. And I finally got to do like real therapy here. Got the opportunity, and then I met amazing women out of that. Isn't that crazy? It's amazing to have a group of friends that also have tools and skills in communication and processing and dealing with triggers because it makes it easier to conversate with them um, and be held accountable as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I got to come here and learn skills that I didn't have before. Like I always say this, I had a hard time. I didn't know how to regulate my emotions. It's just upbringing and what I was exposed to. You just said what you wanted. You just let,
Yeah,
What
y'all be in there going wild. I ain't gonna hold you, but yeah.
Who be going wild?
Huh?
Who be going wild? Who's y'all?
Who do you think I'm talking about?
You talking about who? I don't know. You talking about me and mom?
You and Cartelius.
Oh yeah, we're a wild mother and daughter duo, but just learning patience, forgiveness, like all the things. So on the other side of it, though all of that was hard work, as I'm rambling on the other side of it, I have a good life.
Yeah.
And I have a good relationship with my family. And I'm in the sunshine state.
Mm-hmm.
So what if I didn't take that chance? What if I just stayed? Would I have received the opportunities or met, the people that I was meant to
We
meet?
don't talk about what ifs though, because we here.
I know that is true. And another thing, listen to yourself. There's one other story that ultimately led me here to Arizona. When I was leaving Cedar Rapids, I was looking for a job in Des Moines. I only found a part-time job. I left off the strength of a part-time job.
Hey.
Because I needed to get out. And he provided. I worked a second job at Yonkers, a department store job, and I worked the job that I got at Wells Fargo. I worked every day, 60 days straight, sick and everything when I got to Des Moines. And then after 60 days, I worked every day, 60 days. Wells Fargo offered me a full-time job.
Mm-hmm. Get that bread.
Well, now sometimes things you can be disobedient and things are to be delayed. I got let go from Wells Fargo. I was supposed to move here. Then I stayed for a relationship, but ended up back here 3 years later. Look, so we're gonna get you here one. We're gonna get you here one way or another.
Right.
So on the other side, I guess what I'm saying on the other side, even if it's scary, it's messy getting to it, on the other side can be a beautiful life.
Right.
Nothing's perfect. Life's not perfect. But I'm here. Well, I am proud of you, Tim, all of your accomplishments. And I also want to thank you for always holding me accountable.
I got you, cuzzo. Say less. Say less.
Let's see if we got anything in the chat. We don't have much in the chat today. Come on, y'all. Let us know you're here listening to us. Just
ain't nobody here but Brienne, bro.
No, there's more than just Brienne in here.
Oh.
Don't be a hater. Well, thank you, Brienne, for always, logging on and supporting, and everyone else as well. So, do you have any parting words for our people and embracing? Oh, wait, this is what she says. This is what your wife said. Buddy loves to hold people accountable. Tim, who holds you accountable?
Myself.
Your wife has never had to check you.
Check me for what?
I don't know. I don't know what y'all talking about. She's never had to be like, dude, like y'all in the bed, right? And she's like, you know what? You was kind of wrong in that situation, or how you went about it, or da 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 da.
Hell no.
So you always right.
I'm not always right, but like through like conversation, like I self-reflect through conversation. It ain't like a.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time, truly, like with me, I'm like a nonchalant, calm dude. So like, a lot of times I just let people talk. Like if we're having a conversation about something, and we not getting nowhere because we can't move on from a certain topic, I just stop talking and just let you talk.
Right.
Because what are we really talking about at that point? Like, I'm not about to get frustrated. You getting frustrated talking to me. So, like, look, you just got it. You got it.
You got it.
Nobody wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not doing something to win. Like, we're not. So that's just how once I learned that, I just let it be. Like, let them. You got it, bro. We don't win nothing. This is just opinion-based conversation. You got it. Go ahead.
Well, you know what I stopped doing? I stopped saying everything I think. I don't need to like. I
Yeah,
don't
that's a
know.
fact.
I just like I was like talking to my friend. I was gonna say something. I said, but because we're close, I verbally say, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. We both do it all the time. We're like, you know what? I'm not gonna say that.
You don't need to.
So
If it don't add value to the space, what's the point of speaking it?
yeah, like let me stop.
Yeah, you learning. You learning, bruh.
It's a
43 years later, you learned it.
you know what? Here's the thing. It don't even matter how old you are. It's growth is growth. But also, I'm just all over the place in a good way. That's me. I'm gonna talk with my hands.
All right.
I'm gonna threaten you in text messages. Tell Tim you're disappearing. Tim, one day when I was staying at his house, and then I'll end this. He said, "Oh, I'm going out. I'm gonna go out drinking, like day drinking with my friends." But I was like sleep a lot of the day, but I never heard him come in. I did go look in the garage. Your car was not there. So
Bro, I was home, bro.
I was texting you. I was like, hello. Hello. I said, and what did I say? Don't piss me off, bro. Don't piss me off. I even text Bree. Bree didn't say nothing, but she said she had her phone on do not disturb. I'm still a big sister, Tim. Like,
I know I was home. I was
where
home.
is my brother at?
I was home at 8:30, bro.
It was 9:00 at night. Then it was 10. I felt like he was not there. I was like,
home at 8:30. I literally was home at 8:30.
I went and looked in the garage at your car.
I was home at 8:30. I think your time was messed up because you was off and on sleep all day.
But yes, I be threatening my brother in text messages.
Mm-hmm.
We just gotta accept that. He might get threatened later on today. You never know.
All right, I still got another workout to do because I'm sticking to my 75 hard.
You know what? Me too. I'm doing it perfectly.
So what you about to do? You about to go do a workout after this?
Well, no. I have an event to go to. You still smart dressed up. But today is just gonna have to be what it is.
All right, I feel you.
But okay, what do you want to leave our peeps with?
I think we left them with a lot.
I know, but what's the call of action?
Listen to comprehend and understand. Do not listen to respond.
Okay. I will say the call of action is be you, embrace you, have self-compassion as we talked about earlier when going through change, and be patient with yourself. All right. Is that good, Tim?
That's cool, bro.
Let's get all right. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please like, share, and hit the notification button on YouTube. You can also listen, follow, and rate the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I will put the links in the comment section, but you can also find them in the About section. If you're interested or you know anyone that's interested.
Yeah, like give us some names. We ain't had nobody on here in a minute, bro. I'm getting bored talking to her. Nobody gonna get up here and chop it up with us, man.
You're horrible. bougiegirl@gmail.com. Hit me up. BOOSHEGURL@gmail.com. And until next time, you guys, peace and blessings.